Hello, my name is Brandon, and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we have another new artist alert for the channel. Yes, we're traveling all the way back to 1975 to the album The Snow Goose by Camel to listen to The Great Marsh, Rhayader, and Rhayader Goes To Town. I tried looking for the correct pronunciation of that name. Didn't find much, only one, so I think the proper pronunciation is Rhayader or Rhayader, but anyway, I'm just going to stick with Rhayader because it's just easier to say and I'll be probably saying it a lot. Anyway, really excited to check out Camel. I just know a few things about them. I've only heard one of their songs, I believe, Dunkirk. Absolutely loved it, also from this album. And I love that they're mostly instrumental, if not 100% instrumental. They're progressive rock, and they also use traditional acoustic instruments like wind, hopefully brass. I see they have a lot of albums, so I'm sure they're going to be great, like you guys say. Anyway, if you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, as well as the notification bell, to join the Retro Reactions crew, where it's all amazing music all the time. Here we go. Wow, that last part of that last song, one of the most musically interesting things I've heard in quite a long time. You know who it had written all over it. You might have read my lips. Yes, Pink Floyd. Total Pink Floyd influence, total Pink Floyd vibes. And that's why that just changed my whole mood and I ramped up. Wow. I did some research. I love that this whole album is following a work of literature and presenting it musically. Really cool. So every song is part of the story, and luckily I read up on that story, the whole synopsis, so I kind of know what this is about, and that just makes everything so much more meaningful, and it makes more sense as well. The first two songs were kind of short, but still very musically interesting. We'll start with the first one, The Great Marsh. I love the nature sounds in the beginning to set the tone and set the environment of where we are. Obviously, we're at a beach. You hear the seagulls. I think you hear some ocean sounds, water sounds. Really like that touch. Then we got a distant female voice singing. A nice surprise. Did not expect that. But the melody she was singing added so much mystery. Everything got a little darker and deeper there. Then all the other traditional instruments kicked in. You know, the guitar, bass, drums. We were at full speed, but the sound was still very smooth and very soft sounding. Very different. I'm not used to that. Usually when everything kicks in, it's very hard hitting, very loud, but it's like the softest full music that I've heard before, if that makes any sense. It just stayed soft for some reason. I really noticed that. Then we got some great acoustic guitar in the background in that section, and again was very short, very impactful. Nice way to start the story. Then we move on to the second song, Rhayader, and starts with a beautiful flute telling a story with that beautiful melody. And then you got some accompaniment by a gorgeous piano. I love those two in combination. I think those are the only two instruments that were playing at that point. It was kind of introducing the main character, I guess, and setting the tone of who he is and what he's doing at the start of this adventure. In that whole song, I got a very happy feeling. I got a feeling of contentment, serenity, and confidence. And I love that we were at that point, because I think things are going to get darker based on the storyline that I know. But I love that we're at this happy point to start with. I think Camel in general, again, I don't know much about them at all, but I think they're going to be mixing traditional rock instruments with orchestra instruments a lot in their songs, in their career, in their discography. And I'm really excited about that because I love that mix. Very different. A lot of the bands I'm discovering do that. Very, very impactful. And one of my favorite things, mixing rock with some type of orchestra or orchestral instruments. I also love how these songs are transitioning into each other. Let me know if every song on the album does that. I hope so, because again, it's telling a full story. So no need for breaks, hopefully it's all seamless. Would love that. So we're led right into the third song, Rhayader Goes to Town. Definitely and easily my favorite one of the three. I love how everything here ramped up in tempo and dynamics. Then we got some great guitar solos there. Went on for a while. Really appreciated that section. And then yet another change up with synths. Awesome. The synths were leading this section, and of course I adored that. I love the melodies here. They sounded like from a video game of some sort from back in the days, but not a cheesy kind of video game, the epic kind of music, the best kind of music that came out of some video games like Zelda, for instance. I immediately gelled with this because in some of the songs that I wrote back in the days, I used video game music as inspiration in a couple of the songs, so definitely gelled with this completely and immediately. Then we take that final turn into my favorite part of the song. It definitely topped this synth section. I don't know how, but it did, because it reminded me of Pink Floyd very much. And you know how much I adore Pink Floyd. I know how much you adore Pink Floyd, and they must have been an inspiration to Camel. I can't imagine that they wouldn't be after hearing that last section of the song. Easily the best part of this song. And again, it reminded me of kind of like the Animals, Wish You Were Here era, I believe. I just heard a lot of different nods there. I can't be crazy. Definitely heard it. I'm sure a lot of you would agree. Love the melodies that were going on there, and I love that they let us sit there for a long time in that amazing instrumental pocket. The guitar work was incredible there. Can't remember the ending now, but I wrote that it was really cool, just like the rest of the song, and I love that final deep, deep synth note that we ended on. Perfect way to end, and now I'm excited to see where this leads us, now that I know the whole story here. So this whole album is based off of Paul Gallico's novella, The Snow Goose. And for those of you who don't know that story, I kind of did a quick summary if you're interested. It's basically about a friendship between Philip Rhayader, who is an artist living solitary in a lighthouse because of a disability, and a very young local girl named Fritha, I believe is how you pronounce it, or Fritha. She finds a wounded snow goose and nurses it to health. It revisits the lighthouse for several years. After many years, Rhayader is lost in Dunkirk, and the bird returns one last time to Fritha. At this point, the bird is Philip's soul, coming to her to say his final goodbye. A German pilot then comes and destroys Philip's lighthouse, his old home. All is lost except for one painting of Fritha as a child, holding the wounded snow goose. So I assume she's able to keep that painting as her only physical tie to Philip, and at this point she realizes that she was in love with him. So again, a very sad, tragic love story in my opinion, but beautiful at the same time if you think about the whole story, how it unfolds. So yeah, really interesting start to my camel journey. Really interested in their sound, how much diversity they have in their music, but I know it's going to be amazing sonically. So as for these three, I'm going to give the Great Marsh and Rhayader 5 golden records. But Rhayader Goes To Town, I just told you how much I love that, everything I loved about it, and it's getting the Epic Platinum Record Award. Yes, thank you so much, Camel, for this amazing music. And that would be Andrew Latimer, Peter Bardens, Doug Ferguson, and Andy Ward, with a special mention to David Bedford for the orchestral arrangements on this album. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end. This is probably going to be a long one, so I really appreciate your support. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below if you wish to chat about these songs, this amazing album, or anything Camel. Would love your feedback. So you take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, and remember to let peace, calm, and light into your day and night. And I'll see you next time in the past.